Here's the music accompaniment unit. It consists of 4 boards, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first board, this is just a switch assembly that we'll see. This board is the divider network. So this is dividing the fundamental tone into a series of other tones, probably octaves this board is not labeled ground. This board's not labeled as anything. This board deals, I think, with analog electronics, because this board interfaces with the knobs up here. These are the front panel control knobs. This is the selector switch on the front. It is an old style selector switch in that it's push button, and the idea behind it, this isn't working because it needs service, but you push one down and it releases the other one. I push that one down and it releases this one. So it allows us to choose one or the other. They're not always, it doesn't stick back because it's dirty. This is interesting in that if you watch here, you'll see it engaging, and then you'll see it engaging. I don't know if that was a good action shot. Okay, so now we're going to move these all out of the way. We're done with Mr. Sheet Metal. If that makes a difference. Okay, so now we are looking at this board. And we are still recording. So this board is continuity error. So this is the main board of the melody accompaniment unit. Mostly what we see here are a lot of capacitors. These are electrolytics because they're probably larger capacitance. I think these are, well, actually I don't know what they are. We see that we have some inductors here. There are a couple that are removed there. We see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red transistors, 6, 7, 8, 9 green transistors, 10 green transistors. So 5 and 5 for that. And that's all that's really notable about this board. I believe this is the audio part of it, the analog part of the unit. We have ins and outs. These are shielded cables here. These went out the back of the unit. We have some electrolytics, but these are all the larger electrolytics, which makes me feel that they might have something to do with the analog. We have some adjustments here for balancing, for either setting level or nulling out a zero reference. This board is labeled as the divider board. We see that we have these resistor arrays. We have 5 of them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yellow transistors. We also have 1, 2, 3 red transistors. So, and then a single black transistor that I see. So this is the tone generator board. This is where all the fundamental frequencies are created. We have the master unit here, which has 1 set of filters, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 individual boards, each with 2 filters on it, so that gives us 12, 13 separate notes for the extended octave. I suspect that the filter here is used for something special. It is a modular design in that these cards had a bar. These cards have a bar that holds them in place for shipping. And then the cards themselves unplug. Okay. So, and for this, we see that here's the wires, the in-out connections to the rest of the organ. The master glide is marked. So this gives you the glide. Then you have B and C notes, A and A sharp notes, G and G sharp notes, F and F sharp notes, D sharp and E, C sharp and D for the various slots. Glide, B and C notes, A and A sharp, G and G sharp, F and F sharp, D and D sharp and E, C sharp and D. Kind of an interesting layout. And this is all just the resistors, and it's just identical circuits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 identical resistor networks. The values of the resistors might be different. So this is one of the tone boards. We see, actually, is this a good one? No, this is not a good one. I should choose this one instead. So this is one of the tone boards. We see that it actually has 2 identical halves. One is for the B note, one is for the C note. Each half has 4 of these packages. I believe that these are resistor networks. They print them on a ceramic substrate. They can get high precision resistance value with high precision printing on this substrate. They then coat the substrate with a protective coating. It's a pair of it's a one resistor, a second resistor, and then this is probably a bridge with 2 resistors on either side of a common. In this board, we see 1, 2, move this back. In this board, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 transistors per filter circuit times 2. So these boards have a lot of transistors on them. Not a lot of capacitors. There are some capacitors here on either side of it, but that's it. And then these are tunable inductors. This is what I call the I/O board. It's got a pair of these resistor packs. It's also labeled somewhere around here. Oh, and on the motherboard, this is labeled glide. It has some large capacitors. These are probably part of the power supply, storing excess charge to even out any power ripples seen by the other boards further downstream. This board has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transistors on it. We have 2 trimmers, again, probably to balance, to either set level or to null out a voltage. And we have a power transistor. So this is the front panel for the various controls. Don't know what they were. 2 potentiometers. This one seems to be tied to this switch. It's a rotary switch. We'll see that. The little things. So this one, these are the various ranks. These are modular switches. I took one of them out. 3 potentiometers. We have this. Oops. 3 potentiometers. We have the bang. Okay, and then let's do the same thing on the other side. Okay. So this actually generates the various lengths of organ sound. So here we have the solo 4-foot. We have 4-foot 1, 4-foot 2, 4-foot 3. Then we go to the 8-foot rank, 8-foot 1, 8-foot 2, 8-foot 3, 8-foot 4, 8-foot 5. Then we go to the 6th rank, 6-1, 6-foot 2, 6-foot 3. Then the 8-foots again, 8-1, 8-2, and 8-3. There is a repeat input. And then looking at this circuit is a bunch of identical circuits. We see front end circuits. We see 1, we see 2, we see 3, we see 4, we see 5, we see 6, and we see 7, and then an 8th. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 transistors on this board. Reasonable number of transistors. Okay, well that's that board. And then we have this board, a different board. It also has things. Here, this looks like the input-output to this board. This is also a coaxial cable. How do I look at this board? Well, first of all, we have sort of a front end. This looks like front end electronics. We have 4-foot solo, we have 16-foot solo, and we have banjo and reed defined. There's a sax port. Oh, this is actually the tone generator board. This board is actually the tone generator board. This is the board that actually generates the different fundamental tones for the different sounds of the organ. From that, you go to a board like this, a divider board, and the divider board then takes that fundamental frequency, and I believe it is a very high frequency, and it then subdivides it. It cuts in half. For an octave down, it cuts in half again for an octave down, again for an octave down. And then here is the repeater board. This is the repeater board, and I'm not quite sure what it does. We have what looks like an input section. We have an output section. It then has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let me actually look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and this report, Peter, has an input section. It has an output section. This is my guess. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 separate transistors. And I can't say much about the board. And that's the last of that board. And we have the amplifier board. We have 3 separate transformers. One is probably for the audio amplifier itself. The others are probably for electronics that run the organ. We have the transistor here, which, because it's near the output section, is probably the amplifier. Then we have a separate transistor here, and because it's near the AC power, it's probably part of the power supply. Okay, and now we're looking at the underside of the amplifier. The amplifier basically has 2 halves. There's the power supply half, and then there's the power amplifier half. The power supply, these are the filter capacitors that store charge. They work with the diodes here. These 1, 2, 3, 4 diodes create a bridge rectifier. We have an input fuse. We have, and then we have the amplifier board. This power supply has 2 halves, the power supply half and the amplifier half. The power supply half, these are the filter capacitors. They get driven by the 4 diodes, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are configured in what's called a bridge rectifier configuration. It takes AC power coming from the transformers, and it rectifies it into DC power for that. These are the filter capacitors. Filter capacitors are used to build up a charge, so that some downstream circuit needs a lot of current. The filter capacitors can provide that instantaneously. The second half is the amplifier half, and it's primarily got a couple of driver transistors, and then here is the power output transistor for the power amp. And that's about all there is to say about this. I don't know what the jacks do. This is probably the output jack that goes, that's probably the input jack that comes from the rest of the organ. And that is it. I think I have finished with this part. So now I can just put it to bed. Here's one of the resistor networks. We have a resistor here, we have a second resistor, and then we have a bridge tapped, center tapped bridge here. 2 resistors with a common center. Two claps. So this is the musical accompaniment there. So we're now going to look at the boards.